Okay, disclaimer, these are all my opinions and my observation. Let's go. So in today's video, we will be talking about the Netflix teenage dramas, all the problems with them. As you guys can see, we'll be talking about the big Never Have I Ever, which has been taking the stage recently. And not only we will be talking about this Indian girl Never Have I Ever star, right? We will also be talking about, yes, Ginny and Georgia. Yeah, I know, it's kind of like teenage drama, also a little bit of adult drama, but mostly teenage drama. So it is on our list today, and it does have a few problems of its own that we need to address. Then we have the kissing booth. Now, the kissing booth, yes, it's teenage drama and might be the one with the most problems. I don't know, it might just be, but nevertheless, we will be talking about the kissing booth as well and its problems. Alrighty, so to start this off, we're going to be starting with, of course, Never Have I Ever, and its problems. Now, Netflix, we need to talk. This is not the type of entertainment I think that we need to show teens. Now, let me just list some of the problems. One, this is a teenage drama about an Indian girl, that for some reason is obsessed with men and losing her virginity. It is all about that. It is all that this show is pushing. Oh, let's lose our virginity no matter who it is. Did you guys see when she stepped up to that guy? Don't remember his name. Don't come for me. Talking about, let's go do it. What? Is this the thing that we want our teenagers to be watching? Is this how we want our teenagers to feel about something that is secret, that it should be shared in the marriage bed? Disagree if you want to, but the Bible is right and I stand by it. Now, not only is this pushing and making one's virginity seem like it is nothing and that is not sacred and that one should wait until marriage. It is also pushing having multiple relationship with multiple persons as if that is okay. Oh, we are on top of the world because we are having multiple relationship. Now, is this something that you want to put in teenagers' mind as being okay, as being not an issue? Okay, let's just have multiple partners. We're grown. Let's do it. Yay. Is this something that we really want our teenagers to see as being okay? And another issue with this that I honestly don't want teenagers to think that this is okay. Being rude to our parents. When did we start being rude to our parents? I know we've all had our little rude phases, but it's like, it's fine. Do what you gotta do. Be rude to your parents. Not listening to the obey your parents, which we should. This is not something that we want to push into teenagers' face. And another issue with this Never Have I Ever is that the fact that the star is so self-absorbed. She's all about herself. She's all about her problems. She's never there for her friends, even though her friends are always there for her. Now, in friendship, I would want to see everyone being equals and not no one's problems being seen as more. And let's not talk about the fact that we're glamorizing not opening up our feelings and having adult conversation as if, oh, life is all about losing our virginity, being intimate with someone, having a boyfriend, and if you don't have a boyfriend, you're a dork. Oh, we go to school. Oh, what makes a very good year at school is having a boyfriend, having a relationship, not being a virgin. Yay, Netflix, and yay, that is so what we want our youths, our teenagers of today to think. And I don't want anyone coming at me and be like, oh, it's just entertainment, or teens are not going to actually do it. Do you guys know what is called the subconscious mind? Yes, subconscious mind can lead us to do things that we never think we would ever do, and it takes a lot of working on. And this is not just the only teenage drama with these issues are portraying bad behavior as good. Over time, your subconscious mind can really shock you, and you will do things that you never think you do because what? Your brain is somehow programmed to do that. So no, Netflix, we will not support not saying our virginity is sacred, will not support that, will not support having multiple relationships, will not support that, will not support being self-absorbed and selfish, will not support that, will not support being rude to parents, will not support glamorizing, not opening up to others, and will also not support being disobedient to parents. Fix it, Netflix. Please do. Fix it. It doesn't look good. All right. Next on the list of issues that I saw in this here teenage drama is glamorizing guys that are called popular guys but are somehow toxic for us. When has that become something normal? Oh, I want to be with a popular guy. He's so toxic, but he is the one I love. Come on. That is getting old. Let's promote positive relationships. Then you all wonder why there are so many toxic relationships now. Now on to Ginny and Georgia. Let's talk about toxic male. Glamorizing toxic male. Oh, you're in high school, and you know what? What is seen as the ideal male for high school girls nowadays? The guy that is very toxic, the guy that has all the problems, the guy that is not a good influence. Oh, let's feel sorry for him. I mean, of course, have pity towards him, but this is not someone you want females growing up thinking is the ideal guy, not a guy that is okay. We cannot save everyone, we cannot fix everyone, that is not our duty, but we can somehow help them. But that does not mean glamorizing these males that are obviously toxic for a high school girl or even for a high school relationship. And let's talk about having multiple partners again. Here again, we see another Netflix drama promoting having multiple partners and, of course, promoting losing one's virginity as if it's nothing. It is normal. Let's just all lose your virginity in high school. Guys, stop it. These are children going on adults. We need responsible teenagers. Well, we all know that as teenagers, we're not ever really going to be responsible. But this is not what we want to be seen as entertainment. This is not what we want to be seen as being okay. And you know why it's going to be seen as being okay and why it's going to influence a lot of teenagers now is because that's all they're seeing in all their favorite dramas. That's all they're seeing. Glamorizing losing one's virginity as if it is trash. Oh, it's nothing. I mean, let's all just go do it to any random guy. Let's not wait until marriage. I mean, a lot of persons have not waited until marriage and made a mistake, but God is full of grace. So we ask God for forgiveness. Yes, right? But this is not something we want to be pushing in teens' faces as being normal. We don't want to push toxic relationship. Oh, let's like the hype guy. Oh, he's full of problems. Oh, he might not treat me right, but it's fine. I'm going to fix him. No. And this is causing a lot of problems nowadays with the recent memes that you see on Twitter. It's like being toxic is the new way to go. It's not. And it all starts from what we watch, what we put into our minds that may somehow one day be manifested. And let's talk about another issue in this that was in the previous one. Being self-absorbed. This girl is the most self-absorbed person. Her problem is bigger than everyone else's. She's never really there for her friends. She only sees her problem. And then again, we have being disobedient to the parent. What is wrong with Netflix nowadays? We know kids are disobedient. You do have your 1 and 2, but they're glamorizing these things. Glamorizing being self-absorbed. Glamorizing having the ideal toxic guy for a relationship, glamorizing not keeping our virginity sacred and waiting until marriage, and also glamorizing not opening up about our feelings. This girl has so many issues, and you know what she do to escape these feelings? She burns her thigh. And I know, yes, I see that number at the end of the series. If you're going through something, really and truly, if you are, call the number, you'll get help. But we need to think as teenagers. You do not understand the effect that these things have on you as a teenager. As a teenager, watching that, Oh, yes, I see the number at the end. Oh, yes, I'm going to bottle up all my feelings. We are already bottling up all our feelings, and now it is super normal. Okay, let's keep our feelings to ourselves. But when it's too much to handle, why not just go in my room and burn my thigh? You know what I hated about this? That they did not put in a solution for this in the movie. I really hope that they do in the next season, right? Because that's not healthy, right? But think as a teen. Teens are very adventurous and they're very curious. So if we're going through something and this says that, okay, you can channel that hurt into something else, so let's burn our leg to see if it actually works. I know that. That's why you have to think like a teen when you're making teen dramas, because teens will do what they see. Listen, they will. They will. And which is why teenagers nowadays feel like the big deal and to being somebody is if you're actually in a relationship in high school, as if that is the end game of high school. Of course, relationships, you live and you learn. Some people find the love of their life in high school, of course. Yeah, not most people, some people. And it's fun, you be in a little relationship or whatever. But let's not glamorize losing our virginities to these people. Or making out is all about making out, or being toxic to our friends, or finding the most toxic guy in every Netflix drama series as the ideal guy to be with. I said it before for Never Have I Ever, and I'll say it again for Ginny and Georgia. Fix it. Let's try to promote healthier relationship in these Netflix series. Let's not promote multiple partners in these series. These are kids. Kids follow kids. Kids follow what they see. Teenagers. We follow what we see. And that's not healthy. Alright, so moving on to the kissing booth. Now, this has its own set of toxic. It's just toxic from the start to the end. I when the first kissing booth came out, I must confess that I watched this when I was in my little last of my teenage years, and I was like, wow, I wish I had a guy like Noah, my stupid self. But after having some little bit more sense, little bit more understanding, seeing that what I glamorized in these movies as a teen was not healthy, I did some reevaluation and I rewatched that movie. Right. I rewatched that movie and I was like, this is not healthy. This is not a healthy relationship. This is what we're promoting as healthy. Did I glamorize this? And the worst part, I wish if a guy was as rough and tough as this toxic masculinity that is portrayed in the kissing booth, I would find that person attractive, because let's go back to the subconscious. My subconscious brain records that as being the ideal male for me at the time, because this is what I glamorized. This is what I saw as being glamorized in the movie, and I glamorized it for myself. And I was like, oh, so if my guy is not being rough and tough and get in the car, beating the things, fighting everybody, or just somehow controlling toxic masculinity at its best, controlling my every move and doing a little smirk at the end, then he's not really attractive. I want my guy to be bad. I want him to be rough, toxic, that gives me some form of, vibe. Let's go do that. This is what this movie portrays, and part 2 is even worse. Toxic at its best. I'm not even going to lie at this. I'm not even going to lie. The toxic masculinity in this here, the kissing booth, I don't know, this is supposed to be illegal. And then y'all may say not everyone will do it, not everyone is that stupid, it's just entertainment. But guys, if you watch something over time, you'll start living it. You will find. Now, let me ask a question. For all my teenage girls that are on here, and for those who are no longer teens, what was your ideal mate in high school? I'm not saying it was for everybody, but I watched a lot of teenage dramas even before I was a teen, when I was 11, 12, thereabout, and I glamorized the bad boys, the guys that were toxic, the guys that didn't want you in the beginning, hurt your feelings, then in the end, you're like, oh, they're gonna love me. That was what I glamorized because that was what I was watching. As I said, these directors, these producers, these script writers need to think back to when they were a teenagers to see what they're actually putting in the minds of teenagers and how they're supposed to act. And then you have males nowadays who are watching this, who are not getting attention from females in high school, and they say, oh, they watch these dramas as well, and they're like, this is how I'm supposed to behave because girls like guys like that. And we think that these movies have no effect on our teenagers. Fix it, Netflix. Fix it. Fix it, Netflix. Please fix it. This is not good at all. In no way. It is crazy. And we need to do something about it. We need to see ourselves as being sacred, because we are sacred. God made us sacred. We need to see more teens just being teenagers and not just all about relationship, all about getting validity from a man or dressing to please so that you get the attention of others. All about getting the attention, being selfish, being self-absorbed, going into toxic relationship, portraying toxic behaviors because you'd be liked more if you have toxic behaviors. Most person would have interest in you if you are portraying certain toxic behaviors. This is what all these things are showing us. And when adults watch these things, you'll see that there is a total difference. But when you're a teenager, sometimes I am going to tell you, I did not see it. Yes, I know he was bad, but I was like, yes, he's attractive. And then when I go to school and I see the bad guys, I'm like, yes, okay, let's get their attention for a change. And then when I was in high school, I was like, damn, I'm a loser because I was never really in relationships, because that's all I knew. Get into a relationship. Like, if you're not in a relationship, you're like, you're not really it, and yeah, I mean, most of my high school years was not like that per se, but that is what I thought it's all about. I was like, yeah, this is what it's all about. Being seen, being known. Let's go get into a relationship, because there's nothing else. Oh, and let's go for the bad guys. Good guys that are actually decent, that are not toxic, are being left behind in high school. Don't worry yourself. Continue being good. All right? Don't change yourself for the attention for the girls. Girls, stop going for toxic guys. It's not healthy. Now, those are my 2 cents. Leave your comments in the